Why is it? What is it that you've experienced in your life that's told you that you will not be accepted for what is 100% authentically you? What experiences have you experienced that have taught you that? And have you ever stopped to consider that maybe those are just not your people? Maybe those are just not your environments to be in? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Ann Blackwood, your Silicon Valley sage sister, here to bring consciousness to the forefront of your daily life to make life a little kinder and simpler. So, as far as the 4 agreements as statements go, I've already done a video on that. But I'm actually listening to the book for the first time. And in listening to it, it brought up this, what I'm talking about, how we are conditioned as children to be a certain way. And depending on what is valued in your home, in your school, there's a whole field, well, maybe not field, but there's a whole section of psychology on childhood development and the spheres of influence. I forget which psychologist off the top of my head talked about this, but I took the classes, I remember. And so we have these spheres of influence. So we have ourself. I did a video on this for Patreon, I believe. And so you have yourself, and then you have your family, and then you have things like school and your local community, and then it gets wider and wider and wider. So your country and then the world. There's more spheres than that, but you get the gist. And through living in the world, we are conditioned to do things and be a certain way based on either being rewarded or punished. And honestly, what I came to realize at a young age, just by being willing to step outside of the environments that I was in and recognize that there were other environments I could be in, such as putting up with school during the day, and then after school was over, I would go to my local occult bookshop and spend time with them. And on the weekends, I would go to the Renaissance Fair and work there and with those people. And then during the summer, I would live half the time with the woman that was my guardian at the Renaissance Fair. And we would go to women's, we went to a women's retreat for witches. And we went to, and spiritual people. And we went and did all sorts of really cool things and spent time together and spent time with her friends. So I got a taste from an early age of the fact that we can absolutely step outside of the environment that we're immediately in and go find other environments to be in. You can move. You can just drive down the block or walk down the block. There are so many. And this is what's amazing about living in America, is that wherever you are not far from your tribe. And that's so cool. And you can get on the internet and find them. Like that. Back when I was younger, you had to pay attention. You had to really look it up. There was no internet. So, I had to be willing to get my mom to drive me to the bookstore and then go spend time there, because we didn't have the internet to communicate ahead of time. And I had to just ingratiate myself in that space, and I was welcomed. And then they took me to the Renaissance Fair, and I just had to walk up to somebody and say, hey, I've been walking around all day, and out of all the things that I've seen, you're who I want to work for. And sure enough, she became like my second mother. So you just have to be willing to recognize that there are other places for you to be, and there are people who will love you for exactly who you are. You don't need to be anything other than who you are, because there will be somebody somewhere willing to employ you. There will be somebody somewhere ready and willing to love you for exactly who you are. And for you to not have to pretend to be anything else. Truly. So, especially with the age of internet, we have no excuse but to go find our tribe. And if you're here, you've already found it. Most likely. Because myself and the tribe that I encircle myself with is all about the love. So, yeah. I just wanted to come on and say that really quick. Thank you for joining me for another video. May the energy you serve you well, and let's keep making our way through. Don't forget. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. We are still doing the fundraiser. We still have a little bit to go, so make sure that you're sharing those videos, keeping the energy up, because we're making it happen. We got to just keep going. And Patreon, I just put up my new moon energy update on Patreon. That is free content over on Patreon. I have the subscription-based content over on Patreon. Woo! It is hot out here. I need to go inside. Anyway, links in the description. Don't forget to check them out. You just have to click on the title or that little arrow next to the title, and that'll drop the description if it's not already dropped for you, with all the links to all the things. I'm still taking applications for one-on-one clients because I've been so busy with this fundraiser that hasn't filled up as quickly as it normally would, because I opened up more spaces as well this round. And yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day to heal and open our hearts. Yeah. Love you guys so much. Don't forget, be brave, stay sane, stay curious, and be kind to each other.